streaming because I ended up getting diagnosed with a couple of autoimmune diseases and I'm unable to work anymore. I was a teacher. I got sick and I had seen a little bit of Iron Mouse. One of my friends at a work I was working at was like, you know, you remind me a lot of you remind me of a mix of Iron Mouse and Chibidoku. And Fishy, my friend, I noticed she had started streaming and stuff too. And I was like, what the heck, why not? And then Vampire Princess was because that's what I've always been. It's always the type of character I've played. Like, yeah, that was always my internet persona. I mean, I have twin tails and I'm short in real life too. Actually, when I was a teacher, they would make fun of me and they were like, wearing your hair like that makes you look younger. And that's why people have a problem with you and stuff like that. So I started wearing my hair down and like in different styles and stuff. They were like, oh, never mind, you look even younger now. And I was like, pissed off. But I pretty much was getting bullied as a teacher, unfortunately. I had like quit that job and started working at like a grocery store for a little bit so I could finish my degree. But then I started getting even sicker and then I finally got a diagnosis. No, I'm serious, they were bullying me though, because they would be like, they would say stuff about my hairstyle, or they would be like, why are you always wearing a sweater? Because I get cold really easily. It was crazy. I was constantly going to HR and being like, what the hell is going on? So I have to hem my pants because I have short legs. My hemming came undone on one of my pants. So, like, my pants were really long. And at the time, I was losing a lot of weight really fast. So my pants were falling down and stuff. This one lady was just like, why are you wearing pants that are too big for you? And you're gonna trip over them and stuff. And I was like, can you just leave me alone? Oh my god. Those were the days I would come home from work. I would get in the shower. No, I would get home from work. I would take a shot of vodka and get in the shower. I ended up quitting that job. And I mean like bad quitting, like that Friday after they had bullied me so hard and left me like alone. I took all my stuff out of my cubby. I took all my teaching supplies. I packed it in a bag and I said goodbye to them all that night and I just didn't come back. And then my plan was, you know, I only had my associate's degree at the time because I had stopped college because I got really bad bronchitis and stuff and I was really depressed and I was having a really hard time at college, so I quit and started doing preschool teaching. I think this was the beginning of me starting to get sick. I was throwing up a lot. I was getting chronic URIs, which is upper respiratory infections. And I kept getting I kept going in and out of the ER for tonsil issues or salivary gland issues. Croup is really funny that I got because croup is a childhood disease. And I got it as a grown-ass adult. That was like the beginning of me really starting to like show signs that there might be something more wrong with me than just like a little sickly, you know? I'd been in and out of the doctors and stuff and they never figured anything out. So I was like, okay. I ended up moving away from that college and stuff. And I was like, I'll go be a preschool teacher for a little bit. Turns out preschool teachers are treated like shit and paid crappy too. So then eventually I couldn't take the preschool thing anymore, so I was like, well, maybe I'll finish getting my degree, right? I'm working at this grocery store. The grocery store paid me more than my teaching job did, which is just insane. So I was like, okay, so I'll do this and I'll start school back up, right? Well, God had other plans. I started getting really painful. I was getting sick all the time. I was constantly getting fevers. No, it was really like as I was trying to get stuff back together, he really said no. So anyways, this one urgent care person goes, I don't think you have a salivary gland infection. I think you have an autoimmune disease. It was like, I think you should go, you need to get a primary care doctor and you need them to take this blood and get these stuff checked. Took a couple months or so to get into a primary care doctor. And I told the primary care doctor all that was going on. And he goes, oh, it sounds like you have common variable immune disease, variable immune deficiency, which is what Iron Mouse has. And I was like, oh my god, no. They still haven't determined if I do have that or not. If I do have it, the autoimmune diseases I do have are like a little bit canceling it out. So the autoimmune diseases that I do have, it causes the certain blood thingies to be too high. So my immune system, so the way CVID works is your immune system's too low and can't fight things, right? It's immunodeficient. Mine, the ones I have, they're super high because basically my immune system is fighting everything. And so it makes me like inflamed and in a lot of pain and stuff. So like it affects my joints, certain body parts, like inside body parts, like my lungs, my kidneys, and I think my liver. And so I take angry immune system, yeah. So I take medicine that kills my immune system, which is what makes it hard, unable to like leave the house and stuff. But one of the things I've had like problems with, I take such heavy medications, and then also my diseases cause this thing called like brain fog or something. And so I feel kind of like dumb and out of it a lot of times. And it's been a little hard to deal with. And then the sleeping all the time. Just so much sleeping. I don't want to sleep that much, you know? I go to bed like 12 p.m., 1 a.m. and I'm like sleeping for 12 hours. Like I would rather be doing so much more with my day. But yeah, that's how I got into VTubing.